the needs. These people are still here helping. Less than minutes away from here, we had the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. Would you imagine that the help that these people are still, this is how they're living, coming from California all over the world, and they're living in these huts just like that to try to help our people. And the government of the Bahamas had the Defense Force right down this road here, still down this road here. And these Defense Force got hundreds of them doing nothing in the country. And these brutes and buggers wouldn't help us. But here you have a big organization like All Hearts and Hands, and I just thank God for these people. Just letting the world know that we are still in need of a lot of help. And these are the little tents right here that they live in, move away from their families, and they come here to help. Assume that tent right there is their eating grounds. But all this stuff is happening without any help from the government to move in to try to assist. If the government of the Bahamas were to move in to try to assist these guys, we would be way ahead, way ahead. Lock the door. She's locking, she's making sure that I don't go inside. They are a private organization, but I'm here just to let the world know that we are so much in need of help. And the government of the Bahamas has, I don't know what to say about my government, past and present, but I just wanted to show the world, people that care about a people that's not theirs, that they can leave the comfort of their homes all the way in America and would sleep in these little things right here for months at a time. These are an upgrade from the domes that the Bahamians are living in 3 years later. But all of this help we're receiving from non-Bahamians. It's amazing that right down the same street here, there's an example of it. The tents are still not being removed down the street there from where the Defense Force was. But all these people are living in inadequate condition to bring some relief. We talk about 3 years later. 3 years later, All Hands and Hearts, and there's some other agencies that are still here. Just the road that separates them. Again, amazing. All Hands and Hearts have all these equipment. Beautiful trailer here, brand new trailer here. I don't know what they got in these trailers, but they got them right along the road here. And this is the company right here that's been here from day one. Hundreds and hundreds of people they've helped. But the amazing thing is, right across from All Hands and Hearts is the Standard Hardware. You imagine the hardware got lumber that is rotting, what they didn't sell. You imagine hurricane, 20 feet of water being over there, salt water, all sort of dead bodies pass through there, and they're selling the stuff. What they didn't sell, the cement. In order them giving it away, they prefer to let the cement rotten. The cement rotten right out there before they give it to anybody, turn hard like rock. That's the Bahamians. That's the difference from across the street, the volunteers that's giving this stuff away, and the Bahamian agencies right there. Before they give it to anybody, they let it rot and go bad in the elements. The sheet rock right there, somebody could have used that, but that's the Bahamians. The Bahamians ain't gonna give it to nobody. They're gonna let it rot right there. All along there's material that if these people have a heart, like the Hearts and Hands, They wouldn't let the material rot there in the elements. All that wood, Standard Hardware refused to help the Bahamian people, the Abaco people. And Abaco people are being so supportive of Standard Hardware, but all along here, all up in there, they have materials that are rotting in the elements, but they ain't gonna give it to no Bahamians. They'll have a yard sale and sell you all rotten materials. But on the other side of the road, all Hands and Hearts are giving you brand new stuff to allow you to come back to normalcy. These are these Americans, but over here, Standard Hardware, they're Bahamians. And look at all inside there, all type of material. I believe if they open, they'll try to sell you that same rotten material that went through 20 feet of salt water. They'll sell it to you. That's what they think about Bahamians. It ain't right. But you imagine a hardware is still not open. Still got all these materials inside there. Want to sell them to Bahamians. After being there 3 years in the elements, they'll open up and you'll be buying rotten material. That's what they think about you in Abaco. That's the Bahamians. But on the other side, the foreigners care more. This is what we left with by the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. There was nothing left for them to steal. So the question is these things going to be an eyesore for the rest of our lives? Are they going to have them remain here until another storm come by for them to kill somebody by the flying debris? Somebody within the Royal Bahamas Defense Force ought to have seen that first of all, it's not their property. And if they were taking over people's property for almost 2.5 years, they ought not have left these things partially taken down. This is an eyesore on Front Street, Marsh Harbor, and somebody in government ought to make sure that these things don't become a missile for another storm. But it looks bad, and they ought to be taken down by the same culprits that stole everything from us, everything that was usable to Abaconians. They put on the boat. They put it on our boats and take it into Nassau, and they leave the scraps for us to look at as an eyesore, as a reminder of the criminality that was imposed upon us by the people that's supposed to protect us. So somebody see to it that Defense Force remove these eyesores that they left here. This Kai is on the 7th of February 2022.